very special edition of this edition of Skull Bets. We got the big game coming up. It's on Sunday, and I'm excited for it. I'm sure all you guys are excited. And first things first, let's get this started off with a bang. What are your guys' predictions for this game? Who do you think will win, the Seahawks or the Patriots? What will the score be? Let me know in the comments right now. Who do you guys think will win? I will get into my predictions shortly. But first off, I want to hear from you guys. Who do you guys think will win? Seahawks, Patriots? What's the final score? And let's get right into it. In the NFL, teams script their first 10 plays. Well, I got a scripted first 10 props. So let's get right into it. I'm going to have 10 prop picks that I kind of like in this game. And let's just jump right into it. Here's our scripted 10 props. We got TreVeyon Henderson, most rushing yards out of the running backs, 16-1. I like this one for a couple of reasons. I think the Patriots will be able to shut down Kenneth Walker a little bit. In the run game, the Patriots' run defense is really good. And TreVeyon Henderson hasn't been getting the run in the playoffs as much, but he does have a good scheme matchup in this one. And TreVeyon, I think he can break one if he gets some carries. So this is kind of more just like a long shot at 16-1 for TreVeyon to have the most rushing yards. But I think it could play out well for him just because of the matchup on the other side of the field for Kenneth Walker. And TreVeyon can get a couple carries, and he just needs one to break one, and he has a 60-yard rush. And all of a sudden, TreVeyon has the most rushing yards in the game. Now, next one, our second prop. The first quarter over-under is 7.5. And a lot of people will say the first quarters can be slow in the Super Bowl, feel teams out a little bit. But I actually like the over 7.5 in this one. It's plus money as well. It's plus 105. And I could see Rashid Shaheed or the Patriots returner Marcus Jones taking one, getting them good field position. Boom, there's 7 points in the first drive of the game. And then, another good return. There's a field goal. Boom, there's 10 points in the first quarter. It's 7-3. I like the first quarter over 7.5. Also plus money. I like that as well. Third one, actually, of our scripted 10, we have yes 2-point conversion. Yes to a successful 2-point conversion. That's plus 106. I like that one as well. I think a team will go for 2 in this game. I like that a lot. And then we got to go to the coin toss, heads or tails. Tails has been hot in the recent years, so let's go with heads at minus 103. And then next up in our scripted 10, we got over 2.5 player pass attempts. Last year, that hit with Kenny Pickett getting a pass in the second half, and that's plus 150. I think Cooper Kupp could throw a pass in this one. Sam Darnold is also injured, so we definitely could see maybe a backup situation. But I do think a trick play by either Kubiak or Josh for the Patriots, we could definitely see a trick play in that. Now, going into the next one, we got 2 in this one. Cooper Kupp or Ramondre Stevenson, Super Bowl MVP. Picked one on both sides here for each winner. Cooper Kupp, 80-1. Ramondre Stevenson, 35-1. I did non-quarterbacks in this one because the quarterbacks are going to be, the highest odds. Cooper Kupp, 80-1. If he has a couple catches, some big plays, a couple touchdowns, JSN gets shut down, Cooper Kupp has a big game, I could see him, getting that Super Bowl MVP. And then kind of the same thing with Ramondre getting passing yards, running the ball, a couple touchdowns. I think both guys could definitely have a chance if, the game script goes the right way, can be the Super Bowl MVP, and obviously picking a non-quarterback there. And then the next one, any O-lineman to score a touchdown is 14-1. I thought that one was kind of fun just to get some big boy action on the touchdown there. And then next 2 are Super Bowl history bets from the last time, according to the sports book I found them on, is any running back to have the most catches is plus 60 plus 6.5 to 1. Sorry, a little brain fart there. Any running back to have the most catches in the game, 6.5 to 1. I like that one a lot because you could get Ramondre Stevenson, a couple checkdowns here, a couple checkdowns there, and Ramondre Stevenson could get it. Also, Kenneth Walker has been used in the pass game quite a bit, and he's been good in receiving yards as well. But I like any running back to have the most catches. 6.5 to 1 is pretty good value for that as well, especially if the Seahawks can't get the ball to JSN, because I think the Patriots will try to shut him down. And then the one I really like, 6.5 to 1 as well, a pick in the last minute of the game, especially if this game is close, which I think it will be, and I'll get into that later on. But if this game is close, we could definitely see a pick, a game sealing pick in this one. 6.5 to 1 also is pretty good value. So those are my 10 scripted props in that one. All right, next up, you guys left your comments down below. Who do you guys think will win? What do you guys think the score will be? If you haven't done that, do that now. And here's my pick on the game. I like the Patriots to cover this one, 4.5 points. I just think that's a little too much because I do think the Patriots are a good team. I did pick the Seahawks a couple of weeks ago when I did that podcast with Kevin Gorg, and I picked them to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. I do still think the Seahawks win, but also I can see a world where the Patriots cover and win this thing. And that's kind of my pick in this one, is I'm picking the Patriots to cover 4.5 points. And next up, we got a couple parlays here. So let's just get right into it. Oh, I do have another prop first. Let me do that. TreVeyon Henderson, I'll kind of talk about him later on as well, but I do like him in this prop. The fastest player in the game, according to Next Gen Stats, he's 8 to 1 odds. And I do think he's going to break one in this game just because of the scheme the Seahawks face. He's done well against that scheme on breaking big runs. 8 to 1 is pretty good odds for him to get that. So first off, speaking of TreVeyon, here's our parlay, two-legger parlay, 29.5 to 1. TreVeyon Henderson, 60-plus rushing yards. Cooper Kupp, 60-plus receiving yards. I really like this one because I think Kupp will get the ball a lot. I think JSN will be covered, and I think they will go to Kupp. Kupp is a big game player, and I have him and a couple more, but I like Kupp, 60-plus, TreVeyon, 60-plus, 29.5 to 1. It's pretty good value. TreVeyon is the most scary one in that one for sure, but I do really like him in this game on that scheme. All right, another parlay here. Drake May over 36.5 rushing yards. I think he's going to use his legs in this game, especially with the Seahawks pass rush and the Patriots O-line. I think he's going to have to scramble a little bit. So Drake May over 36.5 rushing yards. And then next, Stephon Diggs, 50-plus receiving yards. I think Diggs is going to have a big game. This is his first time in the Super Bowl, and I think he's going to go out and show it. I think he's going to get open. I think May's going to find him. I like 50-plus receiving yards for Diggs. And then going back to Cooper Kupp, I think he's going to have 4 catches. I think he's definitely one in every quarter is kind of the pace you're looking at, and I think Kupp can do that for you. So Kupp 4 catches, Diggs 50 receiving yards, and Drake May over 36.5 rushing yards plus 725. I like that a lot. Now, how about a touchdown lay with a spread pick? Patriots plus 4.5, Hunter Henry and Cooper Kupp to score a touchdown. That's 20 to 1. I like those odds a lot. For each team, I think Hunter Henry and Cooper Kupp are the two best values. In this case, they're both over plus 200. And I just really think they are kind of the guys. I do also like Diggs, but in this case, we're going with Henry and Kupp. Once again, Patriots plus 4.5, Hunter Henry and Kupp to score touchdowns, 20 to 1. All right. So this will be the final, and this is the big one. This is the Parlay Poplar Parlay. Last year I did this for the Super Bowl, and that hit. It was Jalen Hurts, Xavier Worthy, and Devontae Smith receiving yards. Xavier Worthy receiving yards and Hurts passing yards. And this is kind of to the same light. We have a passing yards and 2 receiving props. The Parlay Poplar Parlay plus 600. Sam Darnold, 220 plus passing yards, 4 and 6 in his last 6 games. Mac Hollins, 40 plus receiving yards, 3 for 3 in his last 3 games. And versus the Broncos in the playoffs, who have a pretty good secondary, he had 51 yards. Cooper Kupp, over 33.5 receiving yards, 4 of 6 in his last 6. And in the last 2 playoff games, 36 and 60. He's a big game player. I really like Kupp a lot in this game, as you guys can tell. And in the Parlay Poplar Parlay, over 33.5 receiving yards. I like him a lot. Mac Hollins, 40 plus receiving yards. And Sam Darnold, plus 220 passing yards. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Who is your guys' favorite props in this one? Who do you guys think will win? I already kind of said that. But let me know what you guys think in this big game. And let me guys know. And thank you guys again for watching Pretty Poplar. Have a good one.